One of the biggest mistakes in SEO that I see is people who put every URL right off the root domain. So this episode is why it's better not to do that. What do I mean by this? It's you have your domain, domain.com, like edwardssturm.com, and then you have /blog. And then instead of doing /blog and then your article, you have domain.com/blog post. And it doesn't go after /blog. It just goes right there, /blog post. Domain.com /service-1. Domain.com /service-2. You don't have a folder in between. You want to have a folder. It's better to have it look like domain.com /services/service-1. Domain.com /services/service-2. Or if it's your blog, domain.com /blog/blog-post. So I'm going to give the reasons from least important to most important for why you want to use. These are called folders, subfolders. Some people call them subdirectories. I call them subfolders, for why you want to have this /blog or /services or whatever it is, why it's better to do that than to have every single page just directly off your root domain. So again, least important to most important. That's what we're going with this one. And there's lots of benefits. There's user experience benefits. There's analytics benefits. There's SEO benefits. Saves you work. It saves you time. But let's start. Let's start the list. All right. Number one is I want to give an analogy. On your computer, do you prefer having all of your documents on your desktop, or is it better for organization to have them nested within folders? Folders is obviously better. It's easier to navigate to your documents. There's less clutter. I mean, I don't think anybody likes seeing a million documents on their desktop. So easier to navigate, less clutter, and that means there's more efficiency. The outcome is heightened efficiency. And with a website, URLs are their files on a server. Subfolders help you organize your content and help users find what is important to them. So beneficial user experience. All right. It makes it easier to build out a website in the future. A website that might eventually have hundreds or thousands of URLs. If you're just starting and you have just a few pages, it doesn't matter if all of your URLs are directly off the root domain. But as you build your site out, you're going to go from having just a few pages to having dozens of pages to having hundreds of pages. If you keep going, and you should always keep going, you'll have thousands of pages. And when you get into the dozens of pages category, which doesn't take too long to get to, that's when you really want to have subfolders. Something else, subfolders make it a lot easier for analytics. If you want to see how just the blog is doing, for example, you can easily filter the data by that subfolder /blog. You want to see how all of your roofing services pages are doing. Your local business, you do lots of different things, and you have various roofing services that you offer. You have a subfolder for roofing-services. You want to see how those pages are doing. You can filter by the pages within that subfolder. And imagine how hard this would be if you had dozens of pages or hundreds of pages and they were all right off the root domain. All right, now we get into the SEO. Now we get into the SEO benefits. So it doesn't just help users understand the URL, it helps Google. Notice how even within Google search, Google puts the subfolder in the preview. And then you have a better idea of what you're expecting. Everything in the features subfolder, well, they must be features. They must be features of this product. Everything in the services subfolder must be services that this brand offers. Helps users understand the content, helps users understand the URLs, and helps Google understand the URLs that are within these subfolders. This is a huge benefit. Like I said, we're going in, we started in order of least importance to most importance. So this is a huge benefit. It is so useful for link building, for getting backlinks. Everybody knows what backlinks do in SEO. They have two functions. They make your site more authoritative. Google wants to recommend the most authoritative websites. And AI also wants to do the same. AI wants to recommend the most authoritative websites. But it doesn't just make you like an overall more authoritative, it makes you more authoritative within your specific niche. So you have your general authoritativeness, And then you have your niche authoritativeness, how authoritative you are in that niche. And having subfolders and not having your URLs right off the root domain makes it a lot easier to build backlinks and to build niche authority. The way that you do this is you should always be building links to your subfolders. And you can think of it, there's this term in SEO called link juice. I love this term. Think of it like this. So you have a strong backlink with a lot of authority that goes to your root domain. Basically, you want authoritative, link building is complicated and nuanced. You want a mix of backlinks, but generally speaking, links from more authoritative websites are better. So you have like this, you got a backlink from, let's say, a .gov website. .gov backlinks are really valuable. So you can imagine you have this cup of link juice and you pour the cup into the homepage, and then the homepage spreads the link juice to all the other pages on your site. Now, if you have all of your pages off your homepage, off your root domain, the link juice is going to be spread more thin because there's more pages. But if it goes into a specific subfolder, now the link juice is more concentrated within these pages. So each page gets more link juice. Also, the language around your links can be more targeted. You have a backlink with the anchor text roofing services, which goes to your roofing-services subfolder instead of to your homepage. And that makes all of your roofing services pages seem more authoritative. It doesn't make them seem more authoritative, it makes them more authoritative because you have a strong backlink with exact match anchor text that is going to all of these pages for exactly what they are. And that's making them more authoritative within their niche. Something that I like to do is I like to build links every day, just a little bit each day. And oftentimes I change up what I'm building links for. So on one day, I might be building links to the homepage. On another day, I might be building links to a specific page that is targeting a very competitive keyword. Competitive as in lots of other websites are also targeting this keyword. On another day, I'll be building links to a subfolder, subfolder 1. The next day, maybe I'll be building links to subfolder 2. And over time, you get those wins and they compound. You get links to your subfolders, you get links to your homepage, you get links to specific pages, you have a natural backlink profile, and your URLs have, that gets us to the last point of this, the last benefit, which all of this boosts what's called topical authority. How authoritative you are in your specific topic or niche. So now all of the pages within this subfolder, they have more authority for the SEO niche that they are in, making it easier to rank for keywords within that niche, which gets you more traffic, gets you higher quality leads, and ultimately gets you more paying customers. So to review, there are lots of benefits to having your pages within subfolders and not directly off the root domain. There's user experience benefits, makes it easier for users. There's analytics benefits, makes it so much easier for auditing and for looking at your analytics. Saves you work, saves you time as you expand into the future. And it's just so much better for SEO and for getting results. If you want to learn more about, this is called information architecture, so how you structure the information on your site. If you want to learn more about this, my SEO course, Compact Keywords, it has an entire section on this and the best way to do it. So if you want to stop guessing and just have me tell you exactly what to do, that is at compactkeywords.com. And that is everything that I got for you on this episode of the podcast. This is episode 867 of my daily digital marketing show. 867 days in a row doing this podcast. Got some good guests for you coming up this week. It's gonna be a great week. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this on YouTube, if you listened on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for listening. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.